What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the No Gimmicks podcast here on the DFPN. I am your host, Solo Dolo tonight. Well, not really, but I am bred like a king. Made us Kelvin K. Lee. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have a special guest coming through tonight. Normally, I do these on Patreon, and normally I will have this as an interview on the podcast, but tonight is a very, very special night. We have an up and comer coming on the show tonight that I saw this guy, and it's really hard for me to get impressed when I see, up and comers, because it's hard for me to compare them. It's hard for me not to compare them to somebody that I think is hot. But this guy, I watched wrestle a match, and the concept of the match was you have to take your opponent's socks. Now, I haven't seen this concept done before, so it piqued my interest immediately. And for the shit to be that entertaining, ladies and gentlemen, I saw this guy and I saw everything that he did in that match, and I was like, I have to interview this guy. He made a fan out of me that night instantly. So, joining me on the show today, I have the Reincarnation of Excellence himself, Mr. Kari Wright.
What's good?
Welcome
What's
to
good?
the show, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I didn't realize that was the first one you saw. The socks one.
That was the first match I saw. I was like,
I'm busting out laughing back there.
So when they announced what the match was gonna be, now this is my first time at MPX. Shout out to MPX Wrestling. This is my first time there. And that was the first match that I walked in on. And I was like, how are they going to make this entertaining? Like, it was like I was sitting there and I was like, this should be interesting. And then for it to be that entertaining, like you had an extra pair of socks and they're like, hey, he's cheating. I was like, holy shit, this is over. This is awesome. And like for you to come out the winner of that match, I was like, man, that is the shit. I was sitting there, I was like, as the match was going on, I was like, yeah. Okay. That's pretty awesome. But yeah, man, kudos on that. But that was the first time I saw you, and that was the first match I saw you in.
That's hilarious. I didn't even know what the concept of the match was. I literally went in there, as you can tell during the entrance, I had all them socks, right? I thought it was like a sock judging competition. I was like, oh, easy. I was like, this is light work. My sock game is crazy. I was like, he don't stand a chance. I already know he gonna come here with some regular little Hanes or maybe like some standard Nike socks. I was like, oh, he's done for. He's finished.
My guy had the long socks, the polka dot socks. I was like,
bro, I had them all, bro. Every sock, I had them all.
Oh man, is that the first time y'all did that match?
Yes.
Wow.
It ain't the first time it's been done at MPX, but that was the first one that I've been a part of.
Wow. That's a unique concept.
Yeah.
It really is a unique concept.
So like with the Fight Win Survive, it's like a 3-week like sort of event. 3 weeks. It's a yearly like kind of thing. So like a Royal Rumble or SummerSlam type thing. It's kind of like that.
Okay.
And so 4 teams, as you already know, 4 people on each team. Whichever color, has the most points within the 3-week span, then they got to do a fatal 4-way. Whoever wins that gets a title shot.
Oh,
so it's like a little series of like events, I guess that I'm trying to say.
Oh, nice.
But it's a real dope concept. It's all kind of like crazy little concept gimmicky matches that it really tests you.
It does. Yeah, that wasn't the only gimmick match. That whole card was a gimmick match.
It was
right?
So that let's see, the one I was on. It was a sock match, forbidden door match. Was it a strap match? No, it wasn't a strap match. There was
a first blood match. I remember being on there.
First blood. I forgot what the other one was. The strap match though, well, not a strap match, but it was like a bull rope match. I was in something like that last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that one was kind of fun too. That was it was weird to do, but I was like, okay, let's figure it out.
What's the funnest match that you've had? Because that looked like that was actually really fun.
Let me see. Because I had the socks match. Surprisingly, there was a tables match I thought was pretty fun. But I'm gonna say the socks match because like that was purely me.
That was entertainment. That was entertainment.
Because that's all I was really thinking about. I was like, well, it's a socks match, so expectation is already at its like low. Like, be real though, you see a sock match, you like, okay,
Yeah, no, really. It
it's
was
like,
like,
all right, let's just see where
yeah,
this goes.
yeah. It's one of those matches where you hear it, like the announcer announced it, and I'm like, how is that gonna work? And then
Exactly.
the match happens, and it's like, oh, that's a really good concept.
Yeah, they real good with it, real creative with like coming up with matches and stuff. I was just
Yeah.
happy to be a part of it, but it was real. I think that I would say that was like my funnest match though, the little socks match.
Okay. Okay. So speaking of your career, you are the MPX Prospect Champion.
Hmm.
What does that entail? Like, I've never
So
heard of that before either. What is that?
okay, so the prospect title is it's I mean it's a regular little title, but what makes it special is if you do four successful title defenses, now it becomes like this cash in opportunity. But
Oh,
you have to get four successful ones. So you can go one, you can win one, win two, win three. You use that last one, that's
that's
it.
it.
And now the next person has to do four. So it resets. So if you
Oh,
lose within
wow.
the four, it resets. I was fortunate enough and skilled enough to get the four successful title defense. And so
So
now,
you're
yeah, so now it's like I have any moment, any time, any place I could essentially cash in for a title opportunity for any title.
I like that idea. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, and it's I think that what I'm looking for is ironic because I always had this dream of like, okay, I used to play the WWE games like all the time,
Okay.
and I always put me and my cousin will always put ourselves in a Money in the Bank match, and this is where we started getting heated against each other. So I'm gonna say it's about 50-50. He'll win some, I'll win some whenever we play the universe mode. So it's like one particular moment where I won, and I was like, nah, I'm cashing in at WrestleMania. That's something that's never been done before.
Yeah.
And so this is crazy. But what year was it when Seth Rollins cashed in on Roman and Brock? I think that
That
was
was 33.
33, 30, no, because 32 was in Dallas. So I think it
32
was
was in
33.
Dallas. It may have been
I think
33.
so. Yeah. So that moment happened, and I was like, bruh. I was like, I dreamed of that moment. I reenacted that moment on the games like a plethora of times. And like for to see him just do it, that's crazy. But like having that cash in moment, that's been like one of like my iconic moments that I always wanted to do.
Now, are you the first person to successfully defend it 4 times? Or
No, so okay, so once you do defend it and you say you cash in successfully or unsuccessfully, right?
right?
The it now becomes a vacant title. So next people
Oh,
will,
battle out for it.
battle out for it, and whoever wins got to have four successful title defenses. Yeah,
That is a great concept. I'm not even
yes,
gonna. They need that. They need that shit higher up in
it's
the
a real
levels.
dope. It's a real cool concept.
That is a
Really
really
cool.
cool concept. I like that. So yeah. So I was gonna ask when do you plan on cashing it in, but I think I know the answer to that question. Plus, we don't want to give them the
I was about to say
preparation.
I cash in when I deem it necessary to cash in.
Now, one thing I did notice from your from watching you the times that I have watched you is that you are really witty. Like you're quick. You're really quick with it. Like there was a promo that I seen you in where I think it was you and Hartley. Hartley was making his debut, and he was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, get ready for the big." He's like, "You ain't ready for the big boys." He was like, "Yeah, you is a big boy." And I was like,
I didn't think anybody got that. I was like, yeah. Yeah.
I was like, he came up with that like real quick. That was a real quick jab. Like, where did you get that from? Is that like from roasting sessions in school, or like where did that come from?
I can't really put it nowhere, but I can say I have a lot of friends and my significant other who's real quick with the comebacks. So I'm like, I gotta get it together. I gotta keep up.
Keep
So
it
it's
keep it
just
sharp.
so yeah, essentially it's something that I've pretty much been around. And like on my mom's side, it's crazy. We're always roasting each other, like bro, for no reason whatsoever. It just be
I
like for
think
the most random moments, bro.
that's real black love right there. That's like that's what I think it is. Like
No,
you don't really love each other unless
unless
you
you just
roast.
cooking each other
Yeah,
up.
yeah. It's the definition of love. I
Yeah.
roast you. How did you get into wrestling?
How'd I get into wrestling? I'm gonna say so. I didn't get into wrestling until I want to say 2008, 7. That's like me actually starting to watch it and understand that there's a reoccurring weekly show.
Right.
But my cousin actually was the one that got me into professional wrestling, at least becoming a fan at least. And so it was like one moment I went over there to his house. It was me, him, my uncle, and then for whatever reason, SmackDown was on. He was like, okay, I don't know what this is, but it looked sporty. I like sports, so let me
Right.
watch some
Right.
sports. And then I remember seeing who did I see? It was Rey Mysterio. Well, it was a Friday night, so I definitely saw the Undertaker. But I
Oh
forgot
yeah,
who he was
yeah.
going. Yeah, I forgot who he was going against though, and I was like, this is real interesting. This is kind of cool to see. But like I never knew that it was a weekly thing. So I'm like, okay, well, it's Friday, so I'll come over to his house Friday around this time again. We'll see what happens. And so then it became
Right.
a recurring thing. Then I found out about Monday Night Raw, it came out on Mondays. I was like, oh, there's more. This is
Oh yeah.
amazing. And it's like my love for wrestling really like blossomed like watching people create these stories that are like making you feel for like something you didn't even think you cared that much about.
Exactly.
Cause like
Exactly.
it's like it's the most beautiful thing for to see like minds coming together to create these like super dope moments that everybody literally like someone could cry over, you could laugh super hard over it, it'll be something that you remember for the rest of your life, honestly.
Yeah.
So like I remember what was the first WrestleMania we watched? I know it was tw- 20, 25. Because that when Shawn Michaels and Undertaker did their first one, right?
That was
At
the first one.
25.
Yeah.
So
25.
we were like begging, pleading his dad, my uncle, to like watch it. Because at that time, we didn't know about the alleged ones, the alleged sites, you know what I'm saying? But so we were like, we're begging, can we watch it? Watch it? It was like what, like it was like $80, 90. I know it was pretty high up. It
It
was a
was pretty
lot.
high back
It
then.
was pretty
Yeah.
high. So we were watching that, and then watching that Shawn Michaels and Undertaker match. That match was dope. And then they followed up again with it the next year. And
Yeah.
then what I think after that, Triple H jumped in, and that man, it was crazy to see
Yeah.
like the career versus because I was like, I like both of these dudes, but at the end of the day, somebody gotta go. But that, but it was. I didn't think I cared so much for someone that didn't know me, but I was like, bro, your career's on the line. Undertake
You
your
need to
streaks on the
win.
line, bro.
You need to win.
Like somebody gonna have. I was like, somebody gonna have to die, like at the end of this, because these these circumstances is too intense
It's
right
too
now.
yeah, it's too extreme. It's too extreme. And I think I was at that point where I was like, Undertaker has to win this match. Because if he doesn't, I don't think the world's ready to cry yet.
Nah, but it's funny you say that because when it actually did happen, it was literally like getting snuck. It's like
Yeah.
what? It was like
Yeah.
whoa, like today this is gonna happen.
Yep. Like, oh, this is what we doing today? He's just gonna lose?
I was
That
like,
was
yeah.
that. Yeah, that was it. That was 30. That was at WrestleMania 30. I remember that.
New
New
Orleans, right?
Orleans. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that because I was the reaction at the viral video of like the black dude like just stuck
Yeah.
like that was me and my cousin. We was like, yo,
What just
what?
happened?
It's like they ended it like today. I was laughing though, like I wasn't sad or nothing. I was like, yo, that was a
Yeah.
journey.
Yeah. Now, let's go to the flip side. What was that moment for you as a wrestler where it was like, I'm here. I love this shit.
The Seth Rollins cash in against Roman and Brock. Right, that moment, like, so we're seeing Roman and Brock going at it for this WWE Championship. We knew Seth had the briefcase, but we weren't really thinking about it. I forgot he had it, to be honest. I was so locked into the match. And all of a sudden, they hit their they both down, and all of a sudden that music hits. And the music hit, you can hear the crowd just like big old explosion of just cheers and
Yep.
all kind of amazingness, and it gave me chills. That's like it makes me think about like, do you watch anime?
Yeah.
So okay, it brings like them kind of anime moments where he gets that power up or something. He just start going ham. Well, whatever anime it is, it don't matter because they all be doing the same thing. It gave
Yeah.
me that kind of moment. I'm like, wow, like to be able to create that feeling. I want to do that. I love doing that. I always thought about like trying to like create moments like that because I used to do like skits and stuff with my friends, and we always try to make like little moments and stuff. And then I always did it on the game too. So I was like, for me to actually be able to do it, like, yes, I
Yeah.
love this, to be able to create stories and moments and still being able to get a good workout in, you whoop on somebody, you can get that all in one.
Yeah. All day, every day. So, um, what was the moment for you that was like it clicked? Like, because I imagine the process is slow, but what was that moment like when it actually clicked and you're like, okay, I got it?
To like become a wrestler, or
Yeah,
what you
to
mean?
become like know that
Okay.
I am a wrestler. I have it. I know my steps into this.
Okay. So I was actually, after that moment happened, I actually started looking for schools. And I think the closest one at that time, it was like some school in Oklahoma. I forgot what it was called.
Oh wow.
So I was already kind of starting to look for, a way in. And I recall one of my friends, his name was Chance. I recall him saying he did it. This was 3 years after I was actually looking for schools. So I recall him doing a tryout at this new school in the Dallas area called DFW All Pro. So I
Mm-hmm.
sent them a message, and then he sent me the link to the page. And so I messaged them, and it was okay. We got a tryout on this day, and I think it was December of 2017, if I'm not mistaken. So I went to the tryout. Me, my cousin, and then one of my homeboys. We all went to the tryout, and we all did well. And so after the tryout, they gave us a 2-month period to decide, if this is something you really want to do. And so at going through the tryout, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is cool. I can do this. I'm athletic. I'm fit. I love wrestling. I can do this. I can I
Yeah.
can I can actually be the person that I see on TV. I can actually be him. And so February came around, and I went ahead and went through with it. Did my training for a year, then I graduated June of 2019. So that's the day we go by of when we actually start wrestling. So I started in June 2019, and it took
Okay.
me for it to actually like click. It took about a year and a half because you're still kind of learning. You're still kind of. I was still trying to learn myself too, so I can see, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, what am I good at, things like that.
Right.
So I would say it took about a year and a half for it to really click. I wouldn't even say that it really has clicked yet, but that's because I'm always willing to try to learn more. So I got a good grasp of it, but there's always new things to learn. Every match, every time we go to training, there's always an opportunity to learn more.
Right. There's always room for improvement.
Yes.
Yeah. So who's your greatest rival right now? And we'll go down the pipeline, but who's your greatest rival right now?
So right now it would be like one of my wrestling best friends, Exodus Prime.
Okay.
I don't know if you seen him around on Texas, but he's pretty dope. He's good.
Now I have to check him out now. That's your greatest rival. I gotta check him
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
out. Who's somebody that you haven't been in the ring with yet that you'd like to get in the ring
Uh, Look, I got a few.
with?
So I want to get in there with Brian Keith. I want to get in there with Shane Taylor.
Ooh,
Um,
that's a big boy.
I know. I like the challenge.
Okay. Okay.
Stackhouse, that's another big boy. uh, Kiefer Bartek. Who else? Who else? Will All Day. I've been in there with Cam Cole a few
Hmm.
times. Uh, 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 I had a match with T Ray. It's a lot. It's so many people. I can't even remember all these names. Uh, who else? Who else? Really, right now, I want to get in there with Brian Keith. Like he's like top on my list right now to want to get in the ring with. I feel like I can learn
Okay.
a lot from him.
Okay. Promotions don't matter. Biggest name you like to step in the ring with?
Biggest name, I would have to say Seth Rollins. If
Okay.
not Seth Rollins, Kenny Omega. One of them two.
I could see either of those being a very good match for you. I actually could.
Cause like I'm trying to get up there where they at so we can make it a reality. I don't want it to be a
I could
dream no more.
I could see that match happening. And it'd be a good match. Be a very good
Oh,
match.
I want to say Roman Reigns too. What he doing right now is super dope. It's super
Oh
dope.
yeah. Yeah. Roman's on a different he's operating on a different level right
I'm like, look, I tell my girl all the time, I'm like, I know he been eating good for a while. He been eating good for a while.
for a minute. For a
Yes.
minute. For a good minute. So what's the next what's 2023 holding for the reincarnation of excellence?
2023. So what I'm trying to do is expand my brand, expand my name. So I'm trying to become more national, more global. I'm just trying to get out to different states, different countries to put my name out there to show people what I already do down here in Texas. That's
Okay.
like that's the main mission: expand and grow.
So that means bringing the show on the road. Where are you
Hmm.
going to be at around summertime?
Summertime, I have a few bookings for MPX. I'll be out there, but I think in Austin for Inspire, I'll be out there. And I'm waiting to get back. I'm waiting to hear back about some other confirmed
Okay.
dates, but for sure MPX and for sure in Austin for
Okay.
Inspire.
Cool, man. So before we wrap up, tell the people where they can catch you. Um, if they want to see some of your matches, where to look for you online, just let them know where they can find you.
Y'all can find me on Facebook at Kari Wright. It's like right here at the. How they be doing this on YouTube? Hold on, I'm gonna figure it out. Oh, got it. You can find me right there. And then Instagram is ko.shea, Shea. Twitter, you can put Kari3K. You can find me all over the wrestling scene. I'll be popping up places to show my face so people know who I am. But yeah, you can find me anywhere, everywhere. I'm a regular person.
Nice, man. Nice, man. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Man, shout out to all the students of DFW All Pro, for the students at MPX Wrestling, my coaches, Lamont Williams, my my other coach, Athena, Matthew Palmer, Knight Davis. Shout out to all of them. Respect to all my fans, my loved ones, family, everybody. Y'all know who y'all is. I love the people. I love y'all. I pray for my people.
Oh, one last question before we go.
What's up? What's up?
Face or heel?
What I prefer?
Yeah.
Heel.
Everybody always says
Heel.
that.
Heel.
Not one person I've interviewed that has said they prefer being the face. I'm trying to see what the streak is.
So where we at right now with me saying heel?
So out of the 5 people, I'm 5 for 5 that says they'd rather be a heel.
I don't know. It's something about being the bad man. I don't know, man. It's something about it. It's just fun.
Well, I'll tell it on air. But I was telling him before we came on air. So I took my son to the last show this past weekend, and I know that I wanted to get him to give him a high five. And Kari shrugged him off.
Yeah.
Man, my son was so hurt. He was so hurt. I said, "Oh," but I like heels, so I'm just I root for the heel. The heel is just a misunderstood good guy to me. That's what it.
See, you get it. You get it. You understand. You understand.
Yes.
It's like Killmonger in Black Panther.
Yes.
Like he was a little extreme, but he's making some valid points.
Yes. Yes. All you have to do is make a valid point, and I'm probably going to cheer for you. It doesn't matter what you're doing to get there. Just make a valid point.
You're like, I don't like your actions, but
I understand.
I get where you're coming from. I definitely understand.
I get it. All right, man. The Reincarnation of Excellence, Kari Wright. Thank you, man. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming on the show. Okay. You are a friend of the podcast. And everybody, please follow this man, because he is going to be a name that will be popping up on your radars sooner rather than later. So make sure you follow him. Follow him on Instagram, follow him on all of his social media handles, man, and give this man some love. But I appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
All right, man. So for us here at No Gimmicks, thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Until next time, peace.